Shot there, decided not to take it, hands it off. Now back to Netherton, who will fire. Does not connect. Ball will be rebounded by South Pittsburg. Number 25, Araya McKinney with the rebound. Robinson hands it off now. South Pittsburg guarded closely. Ball is loose, and it will be scooped up by Gaiman once again. Bounce pass to Netherton up the floor, and will fall in once more. Araya McKinney once again bringing the ball up for the South Pittsburg Pirates. Hands it off now to Farrell. Farrell guarded closely by Ellie Grissom. A travel will be called on number 25, Araya McKinney. That will send things back toward the way of the Eaglettes here offensively. Once again, Netherton hands it off to the corner now to Grissom. Drive to the inside. Inside pass does not land. And Mills will rebound. And once again, second chance opportunity there by Kara Mills. 13-0. South Pitt still scoreless here. Half of the first quarter already gone. Ball is blocked and swatted by Grissom, who tries to take it all the way. She will be fouled on that fast break opportunity. That's going to send Ellie Grissom to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Foul called on number 25, Araya McKinney. Her second foul on the night so far. Shot is up and does not connect on Grissom's first attempt. We're going to see a substitution come in. And a timeout will be called by South Pittsburg. Before the timeout, I believe Gaiman was checking out, and Addison Roberts will check in for when we come out of the timeout. Early start time here tonight at 4:30. Move things up due to potential inclement weather. Getting things started here early tonight. Score so far in this game while we're in the timeout, 13-0. Your Eaglettes lead at home early with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the buzzer sounds the end of that timeout. We're going to see players come back out onto the floor. And we'll check to see. Grissom, Mills, Addison Roberts, Netherton, as well as I believe number 3, Laura Gaiman, will remain in the game, because that was number 34, Emma Gaiman, checked out. We'll see another substitution come in momentarily as Addison Emery awaits to come in after this free throw opportunity by Grissom. Does not fall in. Rebounded, does not fall in for Roberts. Once again, number 25, Araya McKinney, brings the ball up for South Pitt, hands it back now. South Pitt looking more explosive here on offense. Fast tempo and a massive block by Mills. Fires it up court, beautiful pass, beautiful finish, beautiful sequence there by the Eaglettes here. Blocked by Mills, beautiful pass, and a shot will fire, does not connect. That was number 5, Cadence Farrell with the missed three-pointer. Substitution, Ellie Grissom checks out. I believe Addison Emery will check in her spot. Emery will fire, and it will connect. Emery with a Supreme Building Supply three-pointer. First one of the night. Eaglettes take a massive lead, 18-0. South Pitt needs to figure out something here on offense, and another turnover ripped away by Laura Gaiman, who will lay it in for 2. 20-point lead here at home for the Eaglettes early in the game. Farrell hands it off now to McKinney. McKinney driving toward the basket. Stuffed up by Mills once again, driving toward the basket. Shot is up, does not connect. A little bit of a hard time getting the pass in there. As South Pitt, once again, brings the ball up. Driving toward the basket, another block by Mills, her third on the night. I believe in 3 consecutive possessions. Gammon fires beyond the arc, connects on that one. Another three-pointer by the Eaglettes. McKinney hands it off now to Hawkins. Hawkins now in the corner to Johnson. McKinney back to Farrell now, inside to Robinson. Trying to get past Mills here. Stuffed by Mills down in the paint, who launches it up court. A little bit of a wild, too much power behind that pass there. We'll see substitutions come in. As number 42, Alyssa Parsley, will check in for Kara Mills, along with number 11, Malaya Davis, checks in for the South Pittsburg Pirates. (23-0) still. South Pittsburg still scoreless here in the first period, first quarter. Once again, Hawkins hands it back now to Farrell. Hawkins hands it off, bounce pass to Robinson. Shot is up, does not connect. And it will be eventually pulled in by Alyssa Parsley for the Eaglettes. Netherton once again with the ball, driving toward the basket. Pop-up jumper, connects on that one. Pull-up jumper there. Farrell hands it, Robinson, a little tough time with the pass there. Driving toward the basket, ball is loose. Ball will remain with South Pittsburg here. Robinson once again feeds it inside to the paint, trying to drive toward the basket. Shot is up again. It will eventually fall in for South Pitt, their first points on the night, courtesy of Adriana Robinson. Over now into the corner. Gammon fires, does not connect on that three-point opportunity. Rebounds pulled down by Emery. Hands it now back out to Emery now in the same spot, does not connect. Netherton rebounds. Emery will try it again. Does not connect that time. Eventually the ball will fall out of bounds and the South Pittsburg Pirates will have possession. 10 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Long three off the back of the iron that time. 5 seconds left for South Pitt. One last shot here. A second left. Shot will not count if it falls through, and it does not. So final score at the end of the first quarter, 25-2. 23-point difference here in the first 8 minutes of play. Eaglettes lead big time at home. Eaglettes still undefeated here at home. It's their first game in about a week. Of course, this week with our massive snowstorms all across the country, school wasn't in session here at Van Buren County High School from Monday until Wednesday. We had a game, I believe, scheduled on Monday. That game was postponed until February 9th. So it's going to come out of the break now. Netherton, Grissom, Parsley, Emery, and Addison Roberts on the floor for the Eaglettes. South Pittsburgh is going to get things started here. To inbound the ball is number 10, Madison Hawkins, who will find number 5, Candace Farrell. Back to Hawkins, feeds inside to Robinson. Now back out. Top of the key, long three once again, does not fall again. Parsley will bring down the rebound, hands it off now to Netherton for the Eaglettes. A wide open lane for Parsley. Defense not able to get back in time. First points of the second quarter goes to the Eaglettes. Robinson feeds it outside now. Another three-point opportunity. Does not connect. Ball will fall out of bounds. Possession will transfer over to the Eaglettes. There's number 11, Malai Davis, with the missed three opportunity. Netherton pull up three. Does connect on that one. Netherton with the Supreme Building Supply three-pointer. Shot off the dribble there. Pass is swatted, deflected, still in the possession so far, and it will eventually be picked up by Ellie Grissom, who hands it off to Netherton. Driving toward the basket, tough shot there. We'll get around a defender is Netherton, who will lay it in for two. 30-point lead here in the second quarter at home for the Eaglettes. Pass is intercepted once again by Gammon. Takes it all the way is Grissom. Ellie Grissom lays it in for two. Number 5, Candace Farrell, bringing the ball down. Hands it off once again to Hawkins, all the way across the court. High pass there. Roberts almost got a hand on it. We're going to say it's off the hand of Roberts. Maybe she got a fingertip on it, so possession is going to remain with the South Pittsburg Pirates. Substitution as number 5, Candace Farrell, checks out, and number 25, Araya McKinney, checks back into the game. Davis will find McKinney, who drive toward the basket. Does not connect. Shot is out of bounds, and eventually will roll out, and possession will transfer over to the Eaglettes once again. Grissom in the corner. Pass is deflected and is stolen by number 10, Madison Hawkins, for South Pitt. McKinney brings the ball up now for South Pitt. Grissom guarded closely now. Wild pass over the head of number 11, Malaya Davis. Will fall out of bounds, so possession is going to transfer over once again to the Eaglettes. Pass inside now to Mills, who's checked into the game. Emery, Netherton fires from the same spot, connects. Netherton with another three-pointer from the same spot. McKinney hands it off now to Hawkins. Pass is, I believe, deflected by Grissom. A little bit of a wild pass there, miscommunication by Netherton and Grissom. Substitutions come in for South Pittsburg as number 10, Madison Hawkins, checks out, and number 5, Candace Farrell, checks back into the game. McKinney trying to get past Emery. Will take a fall, and I believe a foul will be called on Emery. And that it will. Number 34, Addison Emery, with her first foul on the night. Inbound here by Farrell for South Pitt. Ball deflected by Mills. Another opportunity here. Pass is intercepted by Abigail Netherton. Fires up the floor to Mills. Inside, bounce pass. Ball does not get the lucky roll. Still loose on the floor. Eventually will be picked up by number 3, Jaylee Johnson. Farrell trying to drive past Emery. Ball's still deflected, still loose. Jump ball will be called as Emery and Johnson both had their hands on the ball. We're going to see substitution. Number 23, Adriana Robinson, checks out. So I believe number 35, Ava Wilson, will check into the game for the first time. Gaiman driving toward the baseline, stops, picks up the dribble, hands it back off. Now under the basket. Netherton in the corner. Does not connect on that one. Ball is going to fall out of bounds. Possession will transfer over to South Pitt. McKinney now with the ball. The offensive side for South Pitt. Ball is going to be ripped away by Emory. McKinney playing defense. Wild pass there, able to get it back out to the corner to Grissom. Back out to Netherton, same spot. She's hot from that spot, ladies and gentlemen. Netherton with another Supreme Building Supply three-pointer. Number 25, Araya McKinney, once again hands it off to Farrell. Back to McKinney. Engulfed there by Netherton, hands it off. Wide open lane there by Ellie Grissom. .40 lead here at home for the Eaglettes. McKinney trying to get past defenders. Foul will be called, a blocking foul will be called. I believe once again another foul on Emory. And it is her, that's her second foul of the night. Substitutions come in. Laura Gaiman checks in along with Mayan Grissom. Checks in for the first time in the game. Farrell now with the ball for South Pitt. A reset here offensively after the blocking foul. McKinney, two defenders on her. Needs to be careful. Grissom still on her. Able to get by Grissom. Swatted and blocked by Mills, her fourth block on the game. Hawkins is inbounding the ball for South Pitt. Pass is a little bit wild. Needs to be careful here. Ball is still loose. Stolen by Grissom. It will take it to the basket. 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Approaching halftime, 44-2. 42-point lead here at home for the Eaglettes. Swallowed up by Mills once again, her fifth on the night. Does not fall for Grissom there. Second chance opportunity does not fall for Gammon. Laura Gammon picks up the ball. A foul will be called as she gathered that rebound. So Laura Gammon will inbound the ball here for the Eaglettes. Substitutions for South Pittsburg. McKinney checks out along with number 3, Jaylee Johnson. Mills fires it to the inside to Grissom. Usually it's the other way around. Grissom firing to the inside to Mills. A little bit of a role reversal there. Farrell now hands it off. Back to Farrell toward the top of the key. Long three will fall in for number 5, Candace Farrell. Second made shot of the night as a corner three from Grissom does not fall. Rebounded by Grissom, fired to the inside to Mills. Grissom. Ball will fly out of bounds off the deflected pass. Lead number 20, Autumn White, got a hand on that one. It's out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Eaglettes here. Mills in the corner. Will fire to the opposite corner. Grissom out the ball, back to Laura Gammon. Feed to the inside of Mills, and will fall in. Mills with another easy bucket there. Farrell to bring the ball up this time for South Pittsburg. Hawkins finds White. Ball will fly out of bounds. South Pitt getting the ball around the court here, swallowed up by the Eaglettes defense. A shot fires off the back of the iron that time. Rebound will not count for Emma Gammon there. She is called for the push foul while going for the rebound. Emma Gammon, her first foul on the night. Davis hands it off now to Farrell. Back to Davis now. Gammon gets in that lane to intercept that pass. Laura Gammon feeds it to Mills. Easy bucket there once again for Mills, breaking 50 points. Farrell hands it off. Davis back now to Farrell, guarded closely by Grissom. Pass, got a hand on it, was Grissom, and fall out of bounds though. Possession will go to the Eaglettes there. Wild pass, able to swat it back out to Grissom. Finds Mayan Grissom. Catch and shoot, does not fall in. And stolen by Grissom. Foul's going to be called. I believe it will be called on number 10, Madison Hawkins for South Pitt, her first on the night. Laura Gaiman inbounds to Grissom, who fires from the corner. Does not connect. Rebounds pulled in by Gammon. Shot will not count as it was after the buzzer. So score going into halftime, 50-5. Eaglettes lead at home by 45 total points, hoping to keep their home win streak and undefeated record at home alive. We're going to go to the break now for halftime. Stay with us and stay tuned. Welcome back, live from Van Buren County High School. If you're just tuning in with us, your Van Buren County Eaglettes, are taking on the South Pittsburg Pirates. Score so far, 50-5. Eaglettes lead at home. South Pittsburg will get things started here as that ball is deflected and stolen by Netherton. And I believe Ellie Grissom will be called for the travel there. One too many steps taken. And we'll transfer things back over for South Pittsburg. Ball is loose. Grissom up the floor now. And we'll lay it in for the first points here in the second half. Kenny has the ball for South Pittsburg. Farrell. Now to Robinson back in the corner now. Shot is up, does not connect, rebounded by Netherton. Feed to the inside of Mills. A little bit of a tough pass there, but able to corral it in and lay it in for the easy two. Kenny hands it off now to Farrell. Robinson back out to Hawkins. Shot does not connect. Rebound is taken by Mills. Long pass, a little bit too much power behind that pass. Intended for Gammon. Substitution. Ryan McKinney will check out as number 11, Malaya Davis will check in. So Farrell's going to bring the ball up this time for the Pirates here. Davis driving back out to the corner now. Johnson across the floor to Hawkins. Does not connect on that one. Ball is up. Push will be called. And it will send the ball with the Eaglettes. Or excuse me. It's going to stay with the South Pittsburg Pirates. That foul called on number 44, Kara Mills. So Hawkins inbounds over to Robinson. Drives toward the basket. Shot is up. Does not fall. Gammon fires it up court to Mills, takes a dribble and lays it in for two. Coach Sapp sending in a full team substitution here momentarily whenever the chance arises. Johnson now with the ball, bounce pass to the inside of Robinson. Guarded closely by Mills. Foul will be called on that shot attempt. Mills, I believe, will be called with another foul on this one, her second on the night. That's going to send number 23, Adriana Robinson, to the line to shoot two. Robinson, her first attempt, does fall through. And we're going to see a full team substitution. Addison Emery, Addison Roberts, Alyssa Parsley. Abby Alford checks in for the first time in this game, along with Mayan Grissom will check back in. Eaglettes lead by 56 points pending this free throw opportunity. And it will land in 56-7. Grissom. Ball is swatted out of bounds. Number 10. Madison Hawkins got a hand on it. Not able to crowd in though. Parsley fires, bring on the arc, off the front of the iron that time. Rebound is pulled in by Hawkins. Farrell hands it off now. Back to Farrell, guarded by Grissom. Foul will be called. And that foul will be called on number 22, Mayan Grissom. That is her first of the game. Inbound pass incoming for Hawkins. Farrell hands it back out to Hawkins now. Inside now to Robinson. Back out. Shot is up by Johnson. Does not connect. Rebounds pulled down by Alyssa Parsley. Hands it off. Emery fires to the inside. Got in the lane there. Was number 3, Jaylee Johnson, trying to get a hand on it. It's going to stay with the Eaglettes. The foul was called on number 3, Jaylee Johnson, her first on the night. Alford hands it back off. Mid-range jumper connects. Parsley with a pull-up mid-range. Now Robinson hands it out now. Robinson once again. Johnson gets the defender to fly by her. Connects on that mid-range jumper. Number 3, Jaylee Johnson with South Pittsburgh's first points in the second half. Emery will fire. Does not connect. Pulled down by Alford as that pass was deflected. Turnover there on the Eaglettes. Possession will go over to the South Pittsburgh Pirates as Roberts got in the lane of that pass and hands it off. Ball will fall in. Shot is good for number 22, Mayan Grissom. Farrell trying to get past Grissom, hands it back out to Hawkins. Johnson now once again in the corner. Inside, Robinson trying to get past. Foul is going to be called. I believe that'll be called on Abby Alford. And it is number 20, Abby Alford, her first foul on the night. That's going to send number 23, Adriana Robinson, once again to the line to shoot 2. First attempt does fall in. 60-10. Robinson, second attempt will fall in. 2 for 2. Perfect trip to the line there by Robinson. Grissom hands it off to Roberts. Bounce pass to Parsley. Beyond the arc shot. Does not connect off the front of the iron that time. South Pittsburgh will let the ball roll out of bounds. Possession will transfer over. So the Pirates get another chance here on the offensive side of the ball. Number 5, Cadence Farrell hands it off now to Johnson. Or excuse me, number 11, Mariah Davis. Ball is stolen, turnover, and another turnover. The Pirates get it right back. Robinson hands it off now to Johnson. Guarded by 2, a double team here, hands it off. Farrell toward the top of the key. Eaglettes getting quickly back on defense. And that shot will fall in for number 23, Adriana Robinson. Grissom hands it off now to Emery, back to Grissom. Roberts, ball is picked off by Hawkins, drives all the way. Shot was up, but will be fouled on that shot as Roberts met her at the rim. That is Addison Roberts' first foul on the night. So this is going to be Hawkins. Her first attempt. Does not connect, will be off the front of the iron. Second attempt does not fall. 0 for 2 from that trip to the line. Approaching 10 seconds left to go here in the game, or here in the third quarter. Parsley in the paint, turns, fires, and connects. Parsley with 2. And the last attempt is up, will not fall. So that will end the third quarter. Score coming out of that going into the fourth, 62-13. Eaglettes still leading big time here at home. Attempting, and is looking like they will keep their undefeated streak here at home alive. Next week, the Eagles and Eaglettes, 2 away games next week, and the following week after that, 2 home games as well. Approaching the end of the season, Eaglettes looking once again to make it all the way back to state. If you remember last year, state runner-up, Eaglettes lost in the final of the state tournament. Came in second place, runner-up. Inbound the ball here. Eaglette's going to get things started. Number 11, Addison Roberts will get things started here for us to start the final 8 minutes left to play in the game. Grissom hands it off to Emery, back out to Parsley. Mid-range jumper does not connect off the front of the iron that time. Pulled down by Hawkins, who handed off now to Farrell. And a three-pointer connects for number 5, Cadence Farrell. Emery hands it off to Parsley now. Emery back to Grissom. Roberts beyond the arc, does not answer back. Rebound is pulled down. Whistle there, and we're gonna send things down South Pittsburgh's way. So they will get possession here. Farrell once again with the ball, hands it off. Inside to Robinson now. Will lay it in. 62-18 so far in this game. Alford hands it off. Emery does not connect. Rebound will be pulled down by, I believe, number 3, Jaylee Johnson for the South Pittsburgh Pirates. Robinson, ball swatted and a foul will be called. Going to send Robinson to the line. Foul will be called on number 20, Abby Alford, her second of the night. Robinson, her first attempt from this trip to the line, does not get the lucky bounce in. Robinson's second attempt, there'll be does not connect. A lane violation did occur as Grissom stepped over the line. So Robinson's going to get another opportunity here. And off the lane violation does not connect off the front of the iron. Ball is batted down. Alford will get the rebound. Down in the corner is Roberts. Ball is loose, still remains with the Eaglettes. It's number 10, Madison Hawkins, got a hand on that one, coming back down the floor. Catch and shoot there by Roberts, does not connect. Rebound is pulled in eventually by Grissom. Inside to Alford, hands it off now to Parsley, driving toward the basket, baseline, back out to the corner now. Roberts does not connect on the opportunity. Second chance opportunity does not connect as well for Parsley, so the rebound will be pulled down by Robinson. Wild beyond the arc shot there, a little bit off the mark there. Emery shot is up, does not fall. Johnson back up to the corner. Foul will be called, a little elbow was called there. We're going to see a full team substitution check in for the Eaglettes. That is number 23, Raylan Melton, inbounds the ball. Grissom bought the ball up, hands it off now. Now back to Abby Grissom. Hayden Roberts, shot is up, does not connect, rolls in and out. Unlucky roll there. Foul will be called. And a full team substitution for the South Pittsburgh Pirates will come in as we are now under 4 minutes left to go here in regulation. So number 25, Mariah McKinney, brings the ball down for the Pirates. Robinson hands it to McKinney. Mid-range jumper falls in for McKinney. Abby Grissom brings the ball up for the Eaglettes. Hands it out back to Grissom. Melton beyond the arc. Shot is up, does not connect. McKinney. Ball is stolen by Melton, not able to get a hand on it. It's going to go out of bounds. Melton tried to get it back in play. Possession will go back over now as number 22, Melanie Robinson, inbounds to McKinney. McKinney with the ball once again, finds Robinson. Back to number 20, Autumn White. Now to McKinney. Possession's going to remain with South Pittsburg here. So Robinson's going to inbound the ball again. Back out now to McKinney beyond the arc. Thought about the shot, does not though. White, Robinson, shot is up, does not fall in. Rebound's pulled down by number 14, Brooklyn Buren. Foul will be called on number 23, or excuse me, number 40, Bella Rice. Melton driving toward the basket, and a foul will be called. So that will send her to the line. First trip to the line tonight. Foul was called on number 35, Ava Wilson. Melton's first attempt is off the front of the iron, does not connect. Substitution for the Pirates. McKinney will check out, and number 13, Madeline McCord, will check in. Melton's second attempt. Once again off the front of the iron. Rebound's pulled down though by Peyton Roberts. A foul will be called that time. Roberts came down with the rebound, so she will inbound the ball here. That foul was called on number 22, Melanie Robinson. Another foul committed by the Pirates that time. Number 40, once again, Bella Rice with the foul, her second on the night. 51 seconds left to go. And with that foul, it is going to send number 2, Abby Grissom, to the line to shoot free throws. Shot is good. Falls in on her first attempt. And the second attempt falls through. 2 for 2, a perfect trip to the line there by number 2 for the Eaglettes, Abby Grissom. Now under a minute left to go here. Ball is intercepted there by Melton. Heads up play there on defense. Guarded closely by Autumn White. Now Gerald. Melton once again. Roberts driving toward the basket. Shot is up, does not fall. Ball's loose. Rebound will be picked up by Raylan Melton. Grissom thought about it. Drives to the inside, does not fall through. Gerald grabbed the rebound. Melton. Roberts picks up her dribble, hands it off now to Grissom. And this will be the end of the game. Final score, 64-20. Eaglettes pick up another big win, big dominating win here at home, keeping their undefeated record alive. That will send us to the Eaglettes versus the South Pittsburg Pirates game here momentarily. Stay tuned with us during this break. Good afternoon and welcome back. We're going to get things started here with our second game of the night. This time your Van Buren County Eagles take on the South Pittsburg Pirates. Ty Measles and number 3, J.R. Hardrick with the jump. Tip-off goes to the Pirates here. Historically, this game in recent years has been very entertaining to watch, and a block by Ty Measles. Getting things started here early, energetic. Pass out to number 2, Dayon Cooper. Shot is up and will fall in for number 5, Brandon Goldsmith. And there's Jack Pocken will bring the ball up for the Eagles, their first offensive possession here. Howard now with the ball. Baker hands it off to Callan Sullivan, mid-range jumper off the front of the iron, does not connect. Rebound's pulled down by number 5, Brandon Goldsmith. Goldsmith driving toward the basket and will lay it in. Got it over Ty Measles there, try to get a hand on it, deflect it. 4-0 here in favor of the South Pittsburg Pirates. Howard loses control, is able to gather it back in though. Cody Baker now with the ball, driving toward the basket. Stopped him momentarily, back out to Sullivan, who drives baseline. Back out now to Cody Baker. Howard takes a 3. Does not connect off the back of the iron that time. Goldsmith will bring up the ball, gathers the rebound. He's going to get things reset here off the fast break. A little bit of a slower tempo, slower pace than we've seen so far in this game. Pass out now, shot is up beyond the arc, connects for number 30, Alex Phillips. Early timeout is taken by the Eagles. So they are down now 7-0. Six minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. We're coming out of the timeout now, 7-0. South Pitt leads here early in the game. Whenever these two teams meet, whether it's during the regular season or in postseason play, always an exciting matchup to watch, both for the Eaglettes and the Eagles. So here are the Eagles now. Baker hands it off to Sullivan, gets a wide open shot there, falls in, mid-range jumper falls in for Sullivan. The Eagles' first points here in the game. Goldsmith now once again has the ball. Hands it off now. Phillips, guarded closely by Baker, hands it back out now to number 2, Dayon Cooper. Cooper hands it off to Goldsmith once again. Phillips back to Goldsmith. Once again, you're seeing more of a slower pace here. Eagles defense back out now to the corner. Corner 3 taken, connects by number 2, Dayon Cooper. Howard with the ball. Cooper guarding him closely beyond the arc. Hands it off now to Sullivan. Long 3 does not connect off the iron. Rebound will be pulled down by number 5, Brandon Goldsmith. Phillips, who takes a 3 back-to-back. It is for South Pittsburg. Alex Phillips. 13-2. 11-point deficit. Pocken with the ball now. Phillips guarding him closely. Pocken picks up his dribble, finds Sullivan. Sullivan stopped, picked up his dribble. Baker beyond the arc. Does not connect. Contact there on the shot. No foul will be called though. We'll resume play. Keep things here going. It's number 5, Brandon Goldsmith has the ball once again. Bounce pass over to Cooper. Back inside now to Harden. And shot will fall in. Shot was good by number 10, Nikolai Burton. Another timeout will be called. 15-2, a 13-point deficit here early in the game. Eagles held to only 2 points so far. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. The South Pittsburg Pirates so far, in roughly the first 4 minutes of play, I believe perfect beyond the arc for 3-pointers made. 4 made so far for them, I believe. Three-pointers made. Now, coming back out of the timeout, Eagles will have possession here as Cody Baker will inbound now to Jack Pauken. Phillips will meet him at the top of the key. Pauken picks up the dribble, finds Measles now. Hands it off now to Howard. Howard, Sullivan now, back out now. Howard in the corner, off the top of the backboard. A little uncharacteristic there by Howard, usually a good 3-point shooter. Came off the hands a little bit different that time. Once again, some more slower tempo. Now we pick things up here. Pass to the inside, bobbled the pass a little bit. Shot is up, will be blocked, I believe, by Ty Measles there. So Baker hands it off now to Sullivan. Pauken off the screen now over to Howard toward the top of the key. Baker driving toward the basket. Does not find anything. Back to Howard, now to Pauken. Sullivan now in the corner. Callan Sullivan driving past toward the basket to Measles. Shot is good. Falls in for Ty Measles. Goldsmith bringing the ball up now once again for the Pirates here on the road. Shot does not land in. Too much power behind that shot. Shot is once again up by Goldsmith, and it will fall in. Pauken now back over to Howard. Sullivan now. Sullivan driving toward the basket, spins, fires, fades, falls in. Sullivan with a tough shot there. 17-6. Ball is loose. Possession goes over now back to the Eagles. Pauken taking his time, bringing the ball back up for the Eagles. Down 11. Here with approaching 2 minutes left to go. Finds Sullivan now. Goldsmith guarding him closely. Sullivan looking to drive toward the basket. Shot does not fall. Tough defense there. A tough shot by Sullivan. Will not fall though for him. Cooper hands it back out to Goldsmith now. Down to the inside, back out now to Cooper. Shot is up, mid-range, does not connect. Rebounds pulled down by Measles. Number 10, Nikolai Burton with the miss there. Baker threading by defender. Shot is up, good, and an and-one opportunity. Up and coming for Cody Baker. We're going to see substitutions come in. Howard checks out as Tough Crane makes his first appearance in the game. Baker opportunity here to convert to a 3-point play. That he does off the and-one opportunity. 17-9. The deficit is now 8. Goldsmith brings the ball up again for the South Pittsburg Pirates. Now in the corner is Phillips, guarded closely by Pauken. Picks up his dribble, looking, fires it over now to number 2, Dayon Cooper. Now back to Goldsmith. Tough Grain guarding him. Taking his time is Goldsmith. Driving toward the basket, shot is up. Will fall in, tough shot there by Goldsmith. Will land off the backboard. 10 point now is the deficit, 19-9. Now under a minute left to go. Pauken wants to give the ball toward the top of the key for the Eagles. Sullivan comes out, takes the pass. Driving to get toward the basket, feeds it outside to Measles. Beautiful pass there to Measles, who will lay it in. Once again, 8 points is now the deficit. Approaching 30 seconds left to go. Potentially the last shot, last possession here. See if South Pitt take things down, and no, they're not going to waste any time here. Goldsmith picks up his dribble in the corner now to Phillips. Misses that shot. Rebound's pulled in by Nikolai Burton. Shot is up. Does not land. Rebound's pulled in by Measles. 10 seconds left to go. Pauken brings it back up now. Crowd now counting him down. Sullivan with the ball. Potentially the last shot. He will be fouled on that attempt, but I believe they're not going to call that a shooting foul. They're going to call him on a floor that time. So it's going to be an inbound here by the Eagles. So Sullivan's going to inbound. 0.8 seconds left to go. Last second shot is up. Measles does not connect. So that's going to end the first 8 minutes to play. The end of our first quarter. Score is 19-11, an 8-point deficit. Eagles a little bit slow to start. Getting started in the first quarter. Have picked it back up though. Now only down by 8 points here at home. Coming out of the break now, the South Pittsburg Pirates take the floor first. Eagles still talking things over in the huddle. Coach Sullivan taking his time. Players now coming back on to the court. We're going to get things started here as Cody Baker is set to inbound for the Eagles. We're going to take a moment here. So there might be some spillage on the floor. Take a moment to clean that up. Maybe some debris on the floor. And there we go. All right, now we're going to get started with play. So Baker is going to inbound now to Pauken to get things started here in the second quarter. Bounce pass over to Ty Measles beyond the arc. Inside of Sullivan, lays it in. Great finish there by Sullivan, and even beautiful pass by Measles. So now number 30, Alex Phillips with the ball. Hands it off now to number 1, Kavion Sutton. Sutton hands it off now in the corner. Shot is up and will connect. Corner 3 by number 5, Brandon Goldsmith. Sullivan bringing the ball up now, hands it off to Crane. Back out to Cody Baker now, driving toward the basket. Shot is up, falls in for Cody Baker. Sutton brings the ball up now for the Pirates. Off the screen now, Baker engulfed by it. Wild pass there. Foul is called. Another inbound pass coming in. Substitution. R.C. Howard checks in. Jack Pocken will take a seat. Sutton will inbound here for South Pittsburg. Sutton back out beyond the arc to number 3, J.R. Harder. Goldsmith now once again with the ball. Howard defending. Back out now to Sutton. Steps in, pass back out now to Goldsmith. Shot is up, does not fall. Rebound pulled down by Ty Measles. Pull-up jumper off the dribble does not connect for Callan Sullivan. Possession is going to transfer over off that missed shot to South Pittsburg. Kavion Sutton once again brings the ball up for the Pirates. Hands it off now to number 5, Brandon Goldsmith. Goldsmith, maybe a miscommunication there on the pass. I believe intended for number 10, Nikolai Burton. Turnover on the Pirates. So Sullivan brings the ball up now once again for the Eagles. Goldsmith's jump shot is up, does not connect. Great job of keeping things alive momentarily, but Phillips gets Howard to fly past him off the steal and takes it all the way to the basket and puts it in. 9-point now is the deficit. Sullivan once again with the ball. Goldsmith guarding him closely. Pull-up jumper mid-range does not connect. Rebound will not be pulled in. Measles, I believe, will be called for the over-the-back foul. And he will. Ty Measles his first foul of the night. Goldsmith bringing the ball down for the Pirates once again. Opportunity here to get back their double-digit lead. A little bit of a wild high pass there off the hands of South Pittsburgh. So possession will transfer over now to the Eagles once again. Sullivan hands it off now to Tough Crane. Burton guarding closely now over to Howard. Back out to Sullivan. Baker. Pass intended for Measles. But during the pass, foul is called. The push foul is called. Be on number 1, Kavion Sutton, his first foul of the night. So Sullivan will get an opportunity to reset things. Crane back to Baker now, hands it off now to Sullivan. Trouble with the pass there, back out to Tough Crane. Back to Sullivan. Drives towards the basket, cannot lay it in. Bounces out for Sullivan there. Shot is up and good for number 10, Nikolai Burton. Beautiful inside pass there. Sullivan's going to bring the ball down now once again. Double-digit lead, 11 points is now the deficit. Substitution for the Eagles. Cody Baker will take a seat momentarily as Jack Pocken will come in and take his spot on the floor. Howard's inbounding the ball now for the Eagles. Sullivan now once again with the ball. Guarded closely by Goldsmith here. Hands it off now to Tough Crane. Foul will be called. Foul will be called on number 5. Goldsmith, his second foul on the night. Substitution. Goldsmith checks out with 2 fouls. I believe number 2, Dayon Cooper, will check in. Pocken has the ball toward the top of the key. taking his time here, a little bit of a slower tempo. Measles now with the ball. Measles driving toward the basket, loses possession of the ball. Tough dribble, and a travel will be called. Having trouble finding an open Eagle there to get the pass off to. Result in a turnover. 26-15 still is the score. Now in the corner is Burton. Passes back out now to Cooper. Sutton now with the ball, back out to Phillips. Phillips now back to Sutton, guarded closely by Pawkins. Screen is set there, off ball screen. Now back in the corner to Burton. Fires, does not connect. Whistle's blown foul is called. So possession is secured here by the Eagles. Number 30, Alex Phillips, charged with the foul, is first on the night. Sullivan has the ball for the Eagles. He will bring it up for them. Sullivan driving toward the basket, finds Crane in the corner, picks up his dribble now. Back out to Howard, fires, does not connect. The iron. Sutton passes to the inside now. Shot is blocked by Ty Measles. Pocket. Wow, too much power behind that pass intended. It was on line for Measles, but I believe number 3, J.R. Hardrick, got a hand on that pass, got in that lane. Sullivan finds Howard. Baker back out to Sullivan now. Sullivan hands it off to Pawkins. Shot is up, does not connect. Rebounds pulled down by number 30, Alex Phillips. He will bring the ball down. Hands it off now to Sutton. Sutton over now to Cooper. Back out to Sutton now. Lost his dribble. Howard get a hand on it. Great defense there. Disrupting the offensive momentum of South Pitt, and another block by Measles. Deion Sutton now with the inbound pass. Bounce pass to the inside to Burton. Foul is called on that shot attempt. We'll see who they charge it to. And it will be to number 21, Ty Measles, his second in the game. Still 26-15, pending on the outcome of these free throw opportunities. The first one's off the back of the iron and rolls out, does not connect. As Burton misses the first one, he will get another chance here. Burton does not connect. Rebound is pulled down, though, by Hardrick. Phillips in the corner, catch and shoot from the corner, connects. 29-15. Sullivan now once again with the ball. An offensive lull for the Eagles. Haven't really been able to find anything offensively here in this quarter. But off that foul, that will send Callan Sullivan to the line. It is off the iron, does not fall in. And here's Sullivan's second attempt, does fall in, 1 for 2 from that trip to the line. Sutton trying to drive toward the basket, finds Burton now, back outside. Pass back into Burton, bounce pass back out beyond the arc. Now over to Sutton now. Howard guarding him, now back out to Cooper. Timeout will be taken by South Pittsburg here with 1 minute and 37 seconds left to go here in the first half. Score 29-16. The Pirates from South Pittsburg maintained the lead the entire game, though the deficit has fluctuated. They now lead by 13 points. So now coming out of timeout, South Pittsburg will still have possession of the ball here. They will inbound. And we will see number 2, Dayon Cooper, to inbound. We'll inbound it now to Kavion Sutton. Cooper, let's give the ball, double team on him. A jump ball will be called. Off the jump ball, possession will still remain with the Pirates. Cooper once again will find Sutton this time. Baker guarding Sutton. Pass back out now to Cooper. Back out now to Sutton. And the turnover there by the Pirates, so Eagles will get an opportunity here. Inside now to Measles. Drives it in and lays it in. Great job there by Measles to get past by some defenders to lay it in. Under a minute now left to go. Sutton hands it off now to Cooper. The inside now to Burton. Back out to Cooper now. 40 seconds here left to go in the first half. Back out to Sutton now. Howard guarding him. Now out to Phillips. Back out now. Inside to Burton now. Spins, fires, connects. 30 seconds left to go. Sullivan has the ball for the Eagles. Cooper guarding him closely. Trying to prevent anything here for the Eagles. Approaching 10 seconds left. Potentially the last shot here, last possession of the first half. Driving toward the basket, shot is up. Tough shot there, does not connect. Rebound's pulled down by Phillips. He will pull up and does not connect off the back of the iron that time. So that will end here the first half. Score so far going into halftime, 31-18. Eagles have found some sort of offensive momentum compared to the start of this game. But the South Pittsburg Pirates still have a sizable lead. Score so far, 31-18. We're going to go to halftime. Stay tuned with us for the second half. Good afternoon and welcome back. We are approaching the second half here live from Van Buren County High School. If you're now just tuning in with us, your Van Buren County Eagles are taking on the South Pittsburg Pirates. South Pittsburg currently leads 31-18 in the first, concluding after the first half. And Cody Baker with the Eagles is going to get things started here for us as he is set to inbound. Pawkin grabs the inbound pass. At the top of the key is looking to find somebody now. No open looks so far. Picks up his dribble, hands it off now to Howard. Howard hands it off to Sullivan. Pass back out to Pawkin. Corner three. Connects. Corner three for Jack Pawkin, a Supreme Building Supply three-pointer. Deficit is now only 10. Deion Cooper with the ball now. Hands it back out to Goldsmith. Goldsmith answers right back with a three of his own. So now Sullivan brings the ball back up now for the Eagles. Baker now here with the ball, guarded closely by Burton, drives all the way to the basket. Shot will fall. Another and one opportunity up and coming for Cody Baker. Foul was charged to number 3, J.R. Hardrick, his second on the night. Baker with another chance to convert this to a three-point play, pending the free throw opportunity. That he does. Converts on the and one. So now Goldsmith bringing the ball up now for the Pirates. Hands it back out now to Cooper. Now in the corner is Burton. Back out to Cooper. Pick up his dribble. Cooper looking, finds Goldsmith. Goldsmith turns around, fires, mid-range does not connect. Rebounds pulled down by Ty Measles. Sullivan driving, finds Howard in the corner, blocked. Howard's three-point attempt blocked by Goldsmith. Took a fall to the floor there, but Eagles will get another opportunity here. So Sullivan's going to inbound the ball. Measles finds Baker. Baker back out to Sullivan now in the corner. Back out now to Pawkin. Hesitates. Now dribbles, hands it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan now in the corner, guarded by Phillips. Picks it up. Does not connect on the back of the iron that time. Goldsmith taking it all the way to the basket and lays it in for two. 36-24. Sullivan once again with the ball. Finds Measles. Three is up by Pawkin, does not connect. Rebound will be taken by number 10, Nikolai Burton. Shot is up, does not connect. Rebounds pulled down by Cody Baker. Sullivan. Foul is called on number 5, Brand Goldsmith. That is Goldsmith's third foul on the night. Baker is going to inbound, hands it off now to Sullivan. Sullivan spins, turns around, fires, does not connect. But he will go to the line to shoot for two here. Sullivan on his first attempt does connect. We're going to see substitution. Goldsmith checks out. I believe number 1, Kavion Sutton, checks into the spot. And here we go. Cooper now back out to Sutton. 36-25 now is your score. Cooper driving toward the basket, stops. Back out to number 3, Hardrick. Now back out to Phillips. Phillips hands it off now back out to Burton at the top of the key. Cooper will be called for the travel there. Turnover there by South Pitt, so now the Eagles are going to get another chance. Sullivan once again now with the ball. Driving toward the basket, back out to the corner. Howard, back out to Baker now. Driving, caught up. Now blocking foul is going to be called. So Sullivan's going to go to inbound. Another offensive reset here. Baker, Pocket pulls. Does eventually fall in, gets the lucky bounce to fall in. Pocket with the 3. So Kavion Sutton now with the ball for South Pitt. Howard tried to get a hand on it, but he will be called for the foul. Howard, his first foul in the night with that foul call. So Phillips is going to inbound here for South Pittsburg. Sutton now with the ball toward the top of the key, looking to hand it off, and he does. So Cooper spins back inside to Burton, loses the ball momentarily, able to pass it back out to Sutton to keep things here alive on this possession. Dayon Cooper hands it off now to Alex Phillips. Shot is up, does not fall. Ball will eventually fall out of bounds. Possession goes over now to the Eagles. To 36-28. So we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds here left to go in the third quarter. Sullivan with the ball off the screen by Pocket. Back out to Pocket toward the top of the key now. Guarded by Cooper. Pocket hands it off now to Sullivan. Back in the corner now. Howard drives all the way, cannot connect. Rebound is eventually pulled in by Phillips. Under 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Phillips looking to hand it off, and he does to Dayon Cooper. Now back out to Sutton. Now in the corner, fires. Burton does not connect. Rebounds pulled down by Measles. Sullivan with the ball once again for the Eagles. Guarded closely. Shot is up. Cannot connect off of the iron that time. Bounces out. Wild pass a little bit too high. Will fall off the hands of number 10, Nikolai Burton. Turnover there by the South Pittsburg Pirates. Pocket with the ball, catch and shoot. He does it again. A Supreme Building Supply three-pointer by Pocket, and that will cause South Pittsburg to use a timeout. Shortest deficit in a while, 36-31, only a 5-point deficit. South Pittsburg still leads. A little bit of a change offensively for the Eagles. Seemed to spark something on offense here. Looking to keep it going. Two minutes and 9 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Buzzer sounds the end of the timeouts. South Pittsburg will get things started here coming off the timeout and off of the made three-pointer by Jack Pauken. So Hardwick's going to inbound to Goldsmith to get things once again here started. Goldsmith taking his time. Down toward the top of the key, hands it off now to Cooper. Burton driving toward the basket, blocked once again by Measles, and a foul will be called. Number 10, Nikolai Burton will be called for that foul. That is his second foul on the night. So that is going to send Cody Baker to the line. Decrease the deficit once again. An opportunity to make this only a three-point game. Connects on the first one. 4 points is now the deficit, 36-32. And the second attempt is good. 2 for 2 from that trip to the line. 3 points is now the deficit. Goldsmith back out now to Cooper. Cooper picks up his dribble, once again finds Goldsmith in the corner. Pauken is guarding him closely. Cooper now with the ball for the South Pittsburg Pirates. Towards the top of the key now, hands it off once again to Goldsmith. Shot is up, tough shot there, and he will connect. Number 5, Brandon Goldsmith gets the mid-range jumper. 38-33, 5 points is the lead now for South Pittsburg. Pauken has the ball, hands it off now to Howard. Baker now, once he gets the ball, hands it off to Sullivan. Open shot there, does not connect. Off the iron that time. Under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Eagles have been able to storm back off the back of the iron there. Rebounds pulled down by Burton, though. A foul will be called. We'll see who they call it on. It will be called in charge number 33, Jack Pauken. That's going to be his first foul of the night. Reset here on offense for South Pittsburg. Phillips to inbound. Back out to Burton. Burton driving toward the basket. And a jump ball is going to be called. It looked like Sullivan there ripped it away, but we're going to call it a jump ball. So it's going to send, once again, South Pittsburg back to the inbound. We're going to see a substitution. It's number 10, Nikolai Burton checks out, and number 1, Kavion Sutton will check in a spot. Sutton is going to inbound now. He will find number 3, Ardred. Goldsmith once again has the ball. Under 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Sutton. Milking the clock here, trying to get the last possession, last shot potentially. Hardrick back out now. Top of the key now is Goldsmith. 6 seconds left, 5. Shot is up and does not fall. Shot is no good. Not enough time left on the clock there off the second chance opportunity. So that will end things here in the third quarter. Score is 38-33. 5 points is the deficit. Eagles have done a terrific job finding some offensive momentum here to close the gap. Was down double digits for a good chunk of this game, but has shortened it now down to 5. now we approach the final 8 minutes left to go here in the game, the fourth quarter. The Eagles will inbound here as Cody Baker is set to inbound. He does. He now finds Callan Sullivan. Sullivan driving baseline toward the basket. Hands it out now to Measles. Does not fall in. Ball is out. Possession will go over to South Pittsburg. Good look there by Measles, just off the rim there, not able to fall in. Goldsmith hands it off. Now back out to Goldsmith. Cooper now once again with the ball. Goldsmith. Driving now toward the corner, hands it back out to the top of the key to now Cooper misses. Ball eventually finds his way back out to Sutton. Goldsmith back out to Sutton now toward the top of the key. There we go, Sutton. Jack Pocken lost his shoe. He's out without a shoe. Shot is up. Tough shot there. Rebound loose. Possession. Coach Sullivan looking to get a timeout there as Eagle jumped on top of it. So now, instead, he's not going to get the timeout call. It's going to go to South Pittsburg here. Another offensive reset. Pocken eventually will get his shoe back, and as he's now tying it, we're going to take some stoppage here. Make sure he's got it on. That he does. So we're going to resume play now. Sutton inbounds now to Cooper. Pocken is guarding him closely. Back out to Goldsmith. Well, now Cooper driving to the inside. Back out now to Goldsmith. Hesitates on the three-pointer. A little bit of a fake there. Back out to Sutton. Wasting some clock time here, and a foul will be called. I believe that will be called on Pocken. And it will. That's his second foul of the night. So another inbound here. Another reset. Nearly 2 minutes have been milked from the quarter. Hardrick hands it off now. Sutton now back into the corner to Cooper. Back out to Sutton. Baker is guarding him. Back out to Goldsmith now. Under 6 minutes left to go. Loses his dribble. Back to the corner now is Cooper. Loses the control. And a travel will be called on Cooper. So eventually, off the turnovers, Eagles now get possession again. Remember, only 5 points is the deficit, 38-33. Eagles are down to the basket, and the shot will fall. An and one opportunity upcoming for Callan Sullivan. With this shot, he could put it within 2. And he doesn't, but he almost pulled up with his own rebound out the front of the iron. So deficit is 3 points. Sullivan was charged with a foul there, going for the rebound, his first on the night, 38-35. Cooper hands it off now to Goldsmith, who will find Sutton. Cooper. Miscommunication on the pass there. Sullivan looking to take it all the way. That he does! Tough finish by Callan Sullivan, back to back. an opportunity to tie this game up. 38-37 so far is the score, pending the free throw opportunity. Clutch finish there by Sullivan. Shot is up, and it does fall through. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a tied ball game here. Substitution for South Pittsburg. Goldsmith checks out. Number 10, Nikolai Burton checks in. Sutton has the ball. He'll bring it down. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the game. Tied ball game. Sutton back into the corner now. Burton driving toward the basket. Shot is up. Foul is going to be called. Off that foul, I will send number 10, Nikolai Burton, to the line. Foul was called on Callan Sullivan, his second. Burton does not fall. He's off the back of the iron that time. Still has an opportunity to reclaim the lead, pending this free throw opportunity. And does not. Rebound is pulled down, though, by Phillips. So they're getting another chance here. Shot is up, does not fall. Ball is out. Possession is still going to remain with South Pittsburg. They're going to call that, I believe, off the hands of Ty Measles there, as he was the closest to the ball at that point in time. So Sutton's going to get another inbound opportunity here. Hands it off. Hardrick. Sutton's down the corner. Lost his footing there, but does hand it off now to Cooper. Back out to Sutton. And a travel will be called on Sutton. Eagles are going to get possession. They do have an opportunity to take their first lead in this game. 38-38. Pocket in the corner. Hands it off to Baker. Now back out to Howard. Howard takes it, fires, connects! Beyond the arc is R.C. Howard, a Supreme Building Supply. Three-pointer for him, the first lead of the game for the Eagles. They lead by 3. Hardrick blocked. Oh, and a foul is called. You can tell that Measles wanted it. That's going to send number 3, J.R. Hardrick, to the line. Measles with his 3rd foul on the night. With that foul call, Hardrick puts it up, does not connect, off the back of the iron. Substitutions, Tough Crane checks in as Pocken checks out. He is limping to the bench. We're hoping everything's okay with him as he gets some rest. Hardrick, second attempt. Off the back of the iron, rebounds pulled down by Measles. Sullivan has the ball. Screen set. Back out to Howard. Long 3 again. Does not connect. Rebound is pulled down by Hardrick. Wasted no time coming back down the floor. Hands it off now. Shot is up. Tough shot there. It will connect, though, for number 10, Nikolai Burton. The lead is now only 1. Eagles lead. Sullivan trying to get past Cooper here. Spins, turns, hands it inside to Measles. Tough finish by Ty Measles. Great look there by Sullivan to get the defender to come off of Measles a little bit to get that wide open look down in the paint. Cooper with the ball. Drive toward the inside. Shot is not good. Rebounds pulled down by Sullivan. Opportunity to extend their lead, get their biggest lead of the game here. They only lead by 3. Sullivan all the way to the basket. He's met at the rim. Rebound. Connects! Another and 1 opportunity. Measles lays it in. 5 points now is the lead. Able with this opportunity to make it a 6-point lead. Substitution comes in, and a timeout is going to be used. in the fourth quarter, in the final 8 minutes of play. The Eagles at home are eyeing a big win here. Captured their first lead of the game here in the fourth quarter. Now they lead by the biggest yet, 45-40, 5 points. Now we're coming out of the timeout. Measles is going to go to the line. He has an and one opportunity to be able to make this a 3-point possession if he connects on this. If he does, it will be 6 points, their largest lead of the game here so far. Attempt is up. It is off the iron. 5 points is the deficit. Goldsmith has the ball. Back out now to the corner. Cooper, shot is up, does not connect, ball goes out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Eagles. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. Sullivan. Gets past Cooper off the screen. Back out to Baker now. Baker back out to Howard. To Sullivan now. Guarded by Baker or Cooper in the corner. Driving baseline now. Stuff. Ball is intercepted. Ball is loose. Possession will go to the Eagles. They say it's going to be off the leg of number 5, Brandon Goldsmith. Eagles get back possession. Sullivan driving. Mid-range jumper. Connects for Callan Sullivan. 7 points now is the lead. 2 minutes left to go. Goldsmith loses control of the ball. Picks it back up. Hands it off now to Cooper. Cooper driving towards the basket. No shot. But a foul is going to be called. Blocking foul will be called. That's not going to send anybody to the line since the foul was called on the floor, not during a shot attempt. So Phillips is going to inbound the ball here. We're going to have a stoppage here. We're going to have some discussions to correct things, get some things right here. So off of that foul, that will send number 2, Dayon Cooper, to the line. To go at with that foul, it puts South Pittsburg in the bonus as he connects on his first attempt. 6 points is the deficit. Cooper's second attempt does not fall through a rebound, is pulled down by Measles. So Sullivan's going to bring the ball back up now for the Eagles. Guarded closely by Burton. Drives. A timeout will be used by the Eagles here. Sullivan eager to talk to his players, talk over some game plan here. Crucial here that they stick with the plan. They only lead by 6. A minute and 41 seconds left to go. A big win here, potentially at home for your Eagles. Come out of the timeout now. Eagles will have possession. As Baker is now set to inbound. Floats it out to Sullivan. Over his shoulder, great pass there. Get off the defenders there. So Baker now has the ball. Tough defense. Foul's going to be called. Trying to get Baker to cross half-court line to get the backcourt violation. Does not work, but instead it's going to send Baker to the line. Baker's first attempt does connect. Once again, the lead is 7 points. Opportunity to put it to 8 here if he connects on this free throw opportunity. That he does. Cody Baker ices veins from the free throw line. 8 points is the lead, 49-41. Goldsmith puts it up. Desperation heave there. Measles will come up with the rebound. Baker now once again has possession of the ball. Burton's guarding him closely, trying to get past him. Foul's going to be called. And things are looking good for the Eagles. Once again, Baker, not the person you want to send to the line here if you are South Pitt. You can see already connected from 2 for 2 last trip to the line. And the commentator's curse strikes again, ladies and gentlemen. He misses his first one. 49-41 pending the outcome of this free throw shot. That he does. 50-41, a 9-point lead. Approaching a minute left to go. Goldsmith with the ball, loses control of it, picks it up though, is looking to find an open player. Timeout's going to be used. 57.9 seconds left to go. South Pitt is going to use their timeout. Looking a little bit confused there to start things off on that offensive possession. Talk some game plan through. From down by double digits to now up by 9. Eagles have made one heck of a comeback here in the fourth quarter. A couple of defensive stops. A couple of offensive possessions not resulting in turnovers would lead to the home win here for the Eagles. Sullivan talking with his players right now. Talking it over with them. They're going to come out of the timeout now. They'll take the floor. Goldsmith inbounds now to Burton. Burton fires beyond the arc, does not connect, rebound is out. Possession's going to retain with South Pittsburg here. Off the hands of, I believe, Ty Measles, closest to the ball at the time, going for the rebound. 48 seconds left. Hard rate, Burton fires, does not connect, doesn't hit rim on that one. Possession will go over to the Eagles. Ball is stolen. Burton goes up with it and will be called for the foul, so that will send him to the line for an and one opportunity here. Not what you wanted at all if you are the Eagles. You're almost better off letting him take the easy 2 points there. That way, or at least you're preventing the and one opportunity, pending if he does hit it or not. It will roll in. So Howard inbounds. You see this full court pressure. Whistle's blown. Foul is going to be called. It's going to send Callan Sullivan to the line. Foul called on number 2, Dayon Cooper, his 4th foul tonight. Sullivan's first attempt does fall through. (52-44). 8 points again now is the lead for the Eagles. Wasted no time getting back up. Sutton, shot is up, does not connect. Rebound's pulled down by Measles, who hands it off to Sullivan. Trying to get past defenders, will be called for the foul. Important for the Eagles here. Coming down with the rebound, you find a player that is good from the line. In this case, they find Sullivan. Excellent choice if you ask me. Sullivan, once again, his first attempt from this trip, does connect. Opportunity here to put it to a lead of 10 points, a double-digit lead. That he does. 54-44, 22 seconds left to go. Cooper wasting no time, pull up off the dribble, connects on that one. Baker now has the ball. Excellent choice there. Needs to find somebody. He's got Measles across the floor, he does. And that will be the end of the game. A comeback win at home for your Van Buren County Eagles against the South Pittsburg Pirates. We're down the majority of this game and came back in the fourth quarter with a final score of 54-47. Massive win here at home. It's going to conclude things here from tonight. Once again, 54-47, Eagles win at home against South Pittsburg. We would like to thank you for tuning in and watching along here with us. I've been Eli Brock. We thank you for listening. Good night.